my family and I had something that just happened to us that we were not expecting at all. I mean, I think even as it was happening, we weren't thinking that we were going to feel the presence of somebody who has passed away. But it happened. It was very real, and we all felt it in the moment, eventually. And then after, we just knew that that's what we all felt. And we had received a large, I'm talking big box in the mail. And it was just on the porch one day. And
You
it was
and Ben at your house?
our family, to our family. And on the return address, it was handwritten from somebody that whose name I did not recognize, and Ben did not recognize the name either. So we opened it up, and on top there is a piece of like loose leaf notebook paper, and it was a handwritten note from a woman named Ruth. And she said, "Dear Ben and Katie and family, I was in Jackie's quilting group," and Jackie is Ben's mom, who passed away just like right at 2 years ago from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She had a very courageous 2-year battle, which is way longer than I think anybody thought she would be able to fight. Yeah. But she did, and it was stage 4 when she was diagnosed. And for 2 years, she, really, really fought. And at the very end, it was quick, but it was about a week of really fighting. And we were there in Minnesota to be with her as she passed away. And celebrating at 2 years, it was like not that we've accepted the fact that she's passed, but it's kind of like we're settling into our new normal of her not being here. It's never going to be normal, but this is life after her, Mm-hmm. And so of course we talked about that on the 2-year anniversary, but to get this letter, it was really kind of jarring. Like, oh, okay. And from a woman that Ben and I do not know. And it said that my name is Ruth, and I was in Jackie's quilting group because his mom was a big, avid quilter. To be loved by Jackie was to receive a quilt from her. That was how she showed her love to you. And those things don't just like happen. It's a work of labor and love and effort and time and creativity and money. It's all the things. And the name of her quilting group was called the Blazing Needles. It's really cute. And they met every single Friday at the library or wherever. And then they would go and they'd make these quilts. And the whole, we always were hearing about the quilts and seeing them. And we've been gifted beautiful ones. And the note said, I was a part of Jackie's quilting group. And Jackie was working on quilts for her little ones, meaning our children, Nora and Henry, before she passed away. And obviously she didn't get to finish the quilts. And she said, so the quilting group for the past, however many years, 2 years, finished them for her.
Oh, that's sweet.
And these quilts are massive. They fit your full-size bed.
Oh,
that
wow.
is so
Huge.
nice.
That's very
Isn't
thoughtful.
it so sweet?
Yes.
And included on these quilts, which are absolutely, I have pictures that I can post it because we just got them, but Jackie always really loved on the quilts to create her own little tag that she would sew on there when you were finishing it. And it was either in her handwriting or the words from her or a little note or something. And she made a wedding quilt for Ben and I, and all of these little sayings and quotes were just quilted into the perimeter
What a talent,
it's beautiful. And so on one of the quilts, she was able to plan ahead, or at least think that she was going to get it finished, where it said, Nora, watching over you, love Grandma Jackie.
Oh, because she knew she was going to pass
Yeah.
away. Oh,
And
that's
so-
so
oh my
sweet.
gosh, that is so.
It was the sweetest. And of course, like tears, and I'm feeling
Yeah.
it a little bit right now, but I think I got most of it out. In the
Wow.
moment, it's just like
So
tears
she did
central.
the messages before she passed away,
Mhm.
and thank goodness for the Blazing Quilters because
Mhm.
they forwarded that to you. That's
Yeah.
it took some time, I guess, because the quilts are very big.
They're
but that is
huge, and I don't know how far. I don't know how. I know she had obviously started working on them based on this note, but I didn't know how far she had gotten. We didn't even know they were in existence at all. So it was really just out of the blue that we received this box and this beautiful note and these gorgeous quilts, and it was and the tag for Henry had not been made yet. And so Ruth said in her note,
That's because of his behavior.
probably, probably, like it should have. I think if she could have, it would say, Henry, I'm watching you, and you better start behaving for your parents. Love, Grandma Jackie.
Listen the first time.
But Ruth had said, she had not been able to get to a note for the second quilt for Henry. And she said, but we will absolutely make one for you if you would like. And I think she just didn't want to step on any toes. Like, we're not creating something that maybe Jackie hadn't thought of, or, so it was just in that moment, and Ben's crying and I'm crying, and the kids, I don't think that they remember her. And I think that was a big fear of ours, was they were so little,
right.
That maybe they wouldn't, but we talk about her all the time.
What do you mean by that? The kids felt the presence too?
Yeah, I think that they realize. I mean, they know they have so many quilts. Jackie had gifted us so many over the years, just beautiful baby play blankets, and our wedding quilt, and then quilts for that have bears on them for both the kids. Just probably, I would say, over our time together and then Ben's life together, Jackie probably made 20 quilts for us.
Wow. I have one?
No.
Oh.
I mean, maybe. I might have a baby blanket I could give you or
I
something.
know, like a quilt, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
But it was, we have this
Get your
collection.
own quilt, Jason.
And the kids know Grandma Jackie made these for us,
That's really nice.
And so they're aware of her talent, and,
Yeah.
that she loved to do it. So we just kind of like looked at each other, and we're all crying, and we feel it. And at one point, I say, they said, can we sleep with them tonight? I say, yes, absolutely. Because, when you make a quilt, some of them are for display only.
Okay.
Some of them
Oh,
are
really?
like, yeah, because it's such a work of art
Okay.
that people will
It's like an
frame
art piece.
them
I
or
see.
hang
Yeah.
them. Like at our wedding, I don't know if you guys would ever know this or not, but from some of the barn rafters, we had our wedding quilt hanging that Jackie had made
no,
for
I
us.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
okay. I didn't.
Yeah, and Ben said, yes, absolutely. Go put those on your bed. I want you to have those,
That's nice.
And I found Nora in her room, and she was crying. And I said, why are you crying? And she said, I don't know. I just feel Gamma. That's what we called her. And I thought, wow, like you even feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Probably more so because she's a lot more innocent and clean than you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Just so,
No,
No, but
so
I mean,
pure.
kids, though, I do think I have that
That
almost
feel.
closeness. Yeah.
Yeah, they just know. And so I'm always looking for signs. I'm open to that. And I think sometimes I feel my other grandparents in like a butterfly or a sign, or I see something right when I need it the most because I'm open to it. But I didn't know if anybody else ever did that, ever felt it.